All right, guys, welcome back to Commission Reviews. We have another comedy gold in the background. Well, first of all, this queen was my actual first interview. The bad thing about it is that I cannot find that freaking interview because I deleted the channel. All I got is a damn clip. But I said I'm gonna interview Hope Floods again one day. So I'm so excited to have her come to my platform. So the queen is in the building again. What is going on? Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. How you doing, Mama?
I'm so
Yes.
excited,
Yes, I
Abel.
cannot
I'm
find
so
my.
excited to be here that I'm honoring
I
you
can find
with
applause.
my Dallas
I'm so
Cowboy
and
stuff. I'm honoring you with my Dallas Cowboy.
look, y'all look. She has the freaking. Even though y'all know I claim Louisiana most of the time and Texas sometimes, but it's all good. So anyway, look, this she's the queen, y'all. You have to understand when we talk about the comedies, and even when you think of queens of comedies, don't say it to nobody else. It's not, but she's always been, as far as I'm concerned, the queen. Who I feel like so underrated, still funny as hell. I'm pretty sure even a traffic stop is hilarious. So. But I want to start by asking you, 2024, and I've asked everybody this. I feel like that all of a sudden that comedy is funny and popular when it's been that. The Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams blew it up. But my thing is, as a fan who's been here, it's been that. It's been that. What is your opinion about that?
Well, I mean, for one, Cat is not lying about everything. A lot of those things are
Mm.
true, and it's his story to tell. I loved his quote that he said, "Had y'all been kinder to me, had y'all treated
Mm.
me better, then this narrative wouldn't be the way it is." And comedy is very territorial, especially with the men, but it's even worse with the female comedians. Um,
Mm.
they don't help each other. They don't want other females on the shows with them. And it's taking us a lot longer to get there because one is not pulling the other up.
Damn. So, with that being said, you said some things he said were true. I know he had a beef with a few comments, and like you said, if you were nicer to me, I do agree that people don't miss that. All the people he spoke about him on a Shay Shay show. He just wanted to come back and say, "Hey, let me respond to all of you." But now it seems like everyone's trying to top Cat Williams' interview and coming on there. All the thing now we got Faison Love. Everybody getting into it. We had the Corey Hogan situation with Darnell Mild, him coming to his situation while he on stage, which I know that's a big no for y'all. I asked Doug about it, and people are taking sides. For you looking in as an OG in the game, what do you think is happening? I mean, we can't blame it all on Cat because everybody doing their own thing, but like ever since that interview, we've gotten so many beefs. I don't get it with Corey
Well,
Holcomb getting into with everybody. What's going on?
well, the beefs have already always been there. They just never been exposed because we didn't have social media, in a way to we didn't have these platforms to expose people and things. And really, it's that person's opinion about how they feel about that comedian or how they feel that they have been treated with their interaction with that particular comedian. And so everybody has a right to their truth. Everybody has a right to express how they feel. What it has done is really has created a really bad divide in comedy because now everybody's like, okay, well, you stole my joke, or you stole my girl, or you did a show and didn't let me get on. And everybody's now coming out with all of their stories, and it's playing out in front of everybody. And I think it's a sad state in comedy when we're supposed to be the light of the world. We're supposed to be making everybody laugh, and now everybody looks like they're looking at us like, dang, I didn't know that everybody felt this way about each other. They're able to work together, but they feel a certain way about each other, which is in any business, of course. But it's just that it all playing out in live in real time.
Did you experience that yourself, being on the road? Because to me, as far as being a woman, I know in the time you came up in, it was very, not popular to be a black woman, a woman, period. I know from what I've heard being in comedy. And I really want to hear about that because I'm sure the comedy, like the Just Hilarious, the new people now, and I want to hear about how you feel about the new ones too. But I want to hear about your experience. Hearing what Kat said, I just wonder, you probably got stories too. You just haven't said anything.
Absolutely. I'm just waiting for my time, because if I go on there where I'm at, I look like a hater, or whatever. So I got people, some people called me after Kat's interview and said, "That's your story." I said, "Yeah, it is my story too. But I need to get back on more so I can be able to tell my stories so I don't look like a hater." I have a Monique in me. Every female comedian has a Monique in them, about their experiences on the road, their experiences as female comedians. Miss Laura said it best. They'll put 30, 40, $50,000, $100,000 in a man's hands, but they won't do it to us. They won't give us those opportunities. And so, you'll see a show with 5 guys on it, and there's not one woman y'all could think of to be on the show. Not one, and so we deal with that. We deal with promoters trying to sleep with us and hit on us and not have our money. Being assaulted on the road as a female comedian. I've had females experience that. Thank God I haven't experienced that, but I've experienced a lot of, work-related sexual harassment. Let me just say it that way. And so it is out there and it is real, and so I'm just waiting to tell my story about my experiences on the road. Not so much with the male comedians. A lot of them are my brothers. They have helped me along the way. I can call them up and say, "Hey, I'm coming to your city. Can I get down on your stage, or what you got for me?" Or they'll protect me. Hope you get back to your room, or they'll walk me back to the room before they go to the clubs and parties and things like that. So I don't have a lot of the same experiences with the men as I do with the women.
That is crazy. Now I remember even the interview that I did, you spoke about Cheryl. You did. And it's like, to this day, when I see her, I think about that story. And so for those who hadn't heard it, do you mind telling it again? Because to me, people was like, that. I said, I look at her different to this day. And I mean, she may have changed or whatever, but I can't help it because it was not women empowerment. Your story, it just wasn't. So
which story? I have a lot of them.
Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I know that it really wasn't a story. You was kind of just saying she's up on this show, The View. Oh, just the way she treated you was not right, and how she didn't look out for you. I know you have many, but I remember that was a story.
Well, I was Cheryl Underwood's best friend for 15 years, and when she was broke, and one day in 1990, I woke up and I just said it was toxic, and I didn't want to be her friend anymore, and I never spoke to her again. She called and I didn't answer the phone, and when I finally did answer, I told her I don't want to be a friend no more, and that's my choice. And people always say, "You need to go back and apologize." And I said, "Apologize for what? I didn't do anything. I'm happy for her success. I'm happy for everything that she's got. It was toxic." And some friendships run their course. Some friendships, some people aren't meant to be your friend forever, and you have to know when, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to go. And I was just tired of the toxicity of our friendship. I was tired that every morning she called me up and it was always some complaint because she was so depressed about her career. And so I just stopped being her friend. I miss her. I miss the fun, Cheryl. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on the road. We got stories to the grave about the things that we did on the road, similar to what the male comedians do on the road. We was doing those things and having a good time. So I miss that Cheryl. I miss that fun part of her. But do I miss the toxic Cheryl, the manic depressive Cheryl? No, I do not miss that person at all. And people tell me I'm happy for everything she got because she deserves it. Right. When I tell you she's a brilliant person, she has 2 master's degrees. She's a businesswoman. She's a mastermind at putting things together and being a great businesswoman. So I don't have anything to say on that. There was a time that she had said some things about me, and a girlfriend heard her on another radio show in one of those little towns, Waterloo, Iowa, and they called me up. They didn't know who she was. They were like, "This lady on the radio talking about you." And so I said, "Record it." And she recorded it, and the person that was with her on the radio, I started texting him, and I said, "Tell your boss to keep my name out her mouth." I said, because when I start telling her Cheryl Underwood stories, I'm gonna need Secret Service. Okay, so and she stopped and she said a few little things that she felt like I would tell about her. And I said, text her. I said, tell her she knows good and well. I know everything. I know all the bodies are buried everywhere. Lunel said it best. She said, bitch, when you write the book, you're going to have to go into hiding. So,
Period. Okay.
And it's
Nail, shout to
my own platform is coming. I'm building my own platform to do my own thing, my own Club Shay Shay, because I feel like, especially with comedy, and I know Shannon, and no disrespect to him, I love the show and I love what it's doing and done. But because he's not in comedy, I felt like he didn't know the questions to really ask, because he doesn't know. He just allowed them to go there and tell their story, but he doesn't know the backstories. He doesn't know the why, the what, and who and what. How did that come about? He doesn't know that part. I really comedy and stuff. But I'm glad that he has this platform to open up this portal. This portal,
Agreed. I mean, look, a lot.
Yeah, and I hate that it's happening, but like Cass said, had you treated me better.
Yes. And that's on them. I mean, it really is on them. So, I want to ask you a question, because recently with the situation with with Corey Holcomb and Darnell with the whole Rollins with the whole Miles situation, what I want to ask you is it rude to actually yell while somebody's on stage? Now I know that's a man thing, but I'm assuming it's a woman's thing too.
It's just audiences, some people in the audience, if you ain't funny or if you say something that they find offensive or that hits home to them, they'll yell out sometimes too, especially Black audiences, especially if they haven't been trained about comedy, or you say comics talk about their girl or something like that, or they say something, then they will yell out. So it's not nothing new. Do comedians do that to each other all the time? No, not all the time, but it has happened before. And so Donnell, being a real G and a real nigga like Corey, he felt compelled to defend himself. I didn't see it and everything. I try to limit what I see with these guys. I try to limit it because I'm a ride or die. So I'm gonna pick a side, and then I'm not a neutral person. Like I can't. I'm very like a ride or die, because I stand on the side of justice, of what I think is right.
Stand on business. Stand on business.
So, picking a
side, you don't want to get involved. You don't want to give your opinion.
A lot of times
that makes
I
sense.
don't. But if somebody is right or wrong, then when I see them, I'll say something. But to publicly say being a beef that's not mine, no. But
but that makes sense. That does make sense.
A New Yorker, he from the East Coast. He's got he Punk. I've known him years and years and years, and he's always been who he is, and he has a right to feel the way that he does. Corey has a right to speak like he does, like on your podcast. That's why people get these podcasts, to be able to speak freely about how they feel about issues, right, wrong, or indifferent. It's how you see it and how you feel, and that's why you get a podcast, to have a platform to talk.
Period. Because I do say what I want to say. So let me not even lie. So let me ask you a question. Your career, I want to ask about it, because again, you're also a very astute individual. I've always known that about you. Even in your jokes, you can tell. Where do you think what happened? I know that stand-up has always been a go-to. Now we have the skits, the social media, the things. What is your opinion about coming up the old school way and then the new way with the skits? And do you think that affects careers, yours as well?
Absolutely. Part of my situation is I took myself out of stand-up comedy when I moved to Dallas and started doing radio in 2004. And so I wasn't on the road as much because they were requiring me to fully focus on radio. Okay. And they were paying me a lot of money to do it. And so it was hard to get up in the morning at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, be on the radio, and then try to be on the road, because Monday morning I needed to be on the road. So I kind of took myself out of that, because I had been a road comic for the last 25 or 30 years, on the road consistently. And I felt like, okay, this is another opportunity, and I ain't got to be on the road as much and I could still make a lot of money. And now I was cool with that.
Okay.
And I thought that I was going to be able to do radio because I was really good at it. I was really good.
I
And so
believe that. Mhm.
took the station from a .09 to a 2.4 in less than 2 years, and that's unheard of in radio.
Oh wow.
And the owner
Okay.
there,
Yeah, it is.
Dallas, KRMB 105.7 in Dallas, Texas, allowed me to say whatever I wanted to say.
Mhm.
And I was open book. And people at first were not receptive of it coming from Los Angeles, where
Okay.
we're a free spirit state, whatever, and going to the Bible
Okay.
Belt and speaking the way I speak and talking and being open and free to talk about situations and my experiences. People were not used to it. I'll say that. And then as I could explain it, I could say something and then explain it, and they were like, "Well, that makes sense," and yeah, she is right, and that became adult conversations. And so we took a lot of the listeners from the other stations who wanted to hear adult conversations on the radio.
Okay, now.
And so yeah, so that's how that happened. So I took and then I got married, and I'm trying to be normal and trying to be a housewife, and married. That was my first time ever getting married, and I'm trying to. That's what happens to female comedians and stuff. We get married, we get a baby. These men get jealous, and they take us out of our. They put their insecurities on us.
The whole thing.
Instead of supporting us.
Damn.
And moving us to the next level and being my biggest cheerleader, and so that's what happened. Trying to keep my husband happy. I took myself out of the business for a while, and then we got caught up in a syndication war with Steve Harvey and Tom Joyner at the time and Ricky Smiley, and they replaced us on the radio. Wasn't nothing we had done. Were just as high, and now probably still the same as Steve Harvey, but the owner wanted a bigger name. That's the only reason I'm not on the radio with them anymore. It's nothing that we did. And so I stayed in Dallas for some more years. It is. I stayed in Dallas for some more years trying to keep my marriage, and then I decided, when it was over, it was over, and I moved to Atlanta for about a year, and then I moved back home to LA in 2012, and I've been here ever since. So, I'm saying all that to say, ladies, when you're picking these men, pick a man that's going to support you like he wants you to support him. Why can't our men support us and our dreams and our careers like we are to support them and theirs, and be our biggest cheerleader. Be our biggest cheerleader. Don't make you a punk. It don't make you less of a man. It makes you more of a man that you stand behind your woman or your wife,
Period.
Dream. You go to work, make the money, keep the household, but a man thinks like a man. So a man thinks like what he would possibly be doing if he was in a city, in a hotel room, what he would do. So he thinks like that, and he doesn't, so you have to be secure in your relationships. And I've seen a lot of relationships, a lot of our careers get stalled because we're trying to, appease our men. And that's really what happened.
I hate hearing that.
And then I was a mother. I had to raise my son, so there was, even before that, in living in LA, there was only so much I could do because I had a baby. And I was a single mom, and I was violated in my own family as a child. And I didn't want those things to happen to my son. So I could go for 5, 6, 7 days, 8 days, and kids fear abandonment. And I would have to come home. My son started acting up in school. So I had to come home to reassure him that mommy wasn't going nowhere, and and this and that. And so, and then I didn't have real family support, And
you have to have that. Yes.
Nobody wanted to really help me and babysit my baby because everybody wants you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And everybody wants you to be what they want you to be because of their fears. And my mother was the same way. She did. And then I look back on it now, Kamisha, in 1989, I had a baby. He was 3 years old. And I said, Mama, I'm gonna be a comedian. And my mom was like, what the hell is that? What is that? What is that? My mom from old school, what is that? She had never, there had not been any female Black comedians on TV or anything.
It wasn't that many. It wasn't.
You better come over here and work at this hospital with me and learn this medical billing and stuff. And going woman like
I
your
like a black
brother.
woman. Yes.
You know? And so I kept going, and she wouldn't babysit the baby for me. So my son knows all the comedians because I would take him to the comedy club with me and be like,
Oh
watch my baby,
wow.
my time. I needed because I was just so,
Now watch my baby.
watch my baby. And stuff or whatever. He in the car sleep. Go out there and sit in the car with my baby. I need to do
I
my 10
can't.
minutes so I can get $50 so I can pay the light bill tomorrow. These are the struggle, baby. That's the struggle.
Oh Jesus, man! So that's that real. That's that real. See, you need to be. This needs to be a book. This needs to be told on stage because this be some jokes. So many mamas didn't be like even me being a blogger. You know, my family was not for this
No,
recording and phone you in my face, man. It took some years.
They didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. And then my mother, knowing that I never stayed in anything. I do so many things and I never stayed in it. And so she was just thinking this was another thing I was trying. And after
or something.
when I got 1 hour special in '97 on Comic View, and I started paying her bills,
yes.
It was like, you know what, you might do something with this little comedy. I said, yeah, mama.
Not little.
I love comedy. I said,
yeah, mama boy.
Yeah, and then when my mother died at 56 years old in 2004, she told me, she said, it's okay. She said, you keep throwing something up against this wall and something is going to stick one day. And so now I'm fearless in my efforts. I'm fearless in my businesses. I'm fearless in everything that I'm doing. And so in 2012, I moved back to LA and I've been here grinding and pushing it and just having the blinders on, trying to have the blinders on. It's very, moving back home. I already lived here, but moving back home and everything's so expensive from Texas, where everything wasn't expensive at the time. It was a big culture shock. So before I moved back, I made sure I paid all my bills off so I could just live, very, very, very easily, and not grand, like
comfortable. Yeah.
Comfortable,
right.
And bare necessities because I knew how difficult it would be to live back here again and stuff. So, and I've been back home 10, 11 years, and it's been rough because everybody I was went ahead of me when I left. So 1 year out of LA, 1 day or 1 week out of LA is like a year. I was gone 7 years, and so here I am back. And it's happening again.
But the talent is there. The talent is there though. Yeah. But the talent is there. Hope the talent is there. You're super funny. It's effortless. And I've always been a big supporter. And I've been like I've been looking for. I said I just want to see her do something. So what do you have going on now? Your baby's grown. You I know how that feels. I have kids in college, so you finding a different version of you. Better jokes in my opinion. But what's the tea? What we got going on now?
Well, I'm a grandma now, first of all. So my son 37. So I'm a grandma now. I got 2 beautiful
congratulations.
Yes, my granddaughter Parker, she's my mini me. She's amazing. She draws and she likes glitter and sequins and everything. And she's just so beautiful and amazing. And then my grandson Jace, he's 10. So I get my son all over again in my grandson and everything. And he's so amazing. And he has the heart of gold. He has empathy and compassion for others. And I just love who he is as a person. He's going to be amazing dude. And he loves me to death.
And you're going to make sure of it.
Yes, I'm grantee. I'm grantee and I'm teaching them to be fearless. And I'm teaching them to be fearless. I'm teaching them that, they can do whatever they want to do, and not be fearless. When we go places and they just hesitate to do stuff, I'll be like, you could do that. It's not gonna kill you. You could do that. You could talk. My grandson loves girls. He loves girls. And we went out to a sneaker ball and there was a girl he liked. And he was like, Granty, my friend, I don't know where she went. I looked all over for her. He said, I know she hasn't left because her sister is still here. And so she came back around and he found her. He came back around, he found her. I said, there she is. I said, but play it cool. You don't rush over there to her. Just play it cool or whatever. He said, okay. And he's tied his shoes and fixed his clothes up. And then he went back over there and he played with her. And that's how I raised my son to play it cool with him, whatever.
Like my mama. My mama loved my kids. She loved my kids.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Anything over my kids.
So that I have this is my glitter line. It's called Hope Lips. And then I
Oh,
make hats. I design hats. I used to do
okay.
fedoras. Pandemic, I was doing fedoras, and
Hmm.
then when I shut down everything and started focusing on another thing, and then I said I'm gonna do cowboy hats. And then Beyonce came up with this whole thing, and I was like, oh, I'm right
Yes,
on with it. So
right.
this is my
You are.
yeah, this is
You
my Dallas Cowboy
you are.
inspired hat. And then I'm in the cannabis business with my son. My son and I are in the cannabis business. And you guys subscribe to my
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
channel, Hope Flood. And because what I'm getting ready to start doing is educating people on the benefits of cannabis and CBD from a healing aspect and not from just smoking weed and doing gummies or something.
Right.
That this is a
Hmm.
healer. It's been around 100,000 years. Jesus used it to heal people, and I'm going to re-educate people. I'm an infuser. I can infuse and medicate
Oh,
any
wow.
and everything, and that's what I do. So you can go to hopeflood.com and you'll see all of
Oh,
my
I'm gonna have
business.
the link on there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have your link and all your stuff on
oh
there
yeah,
because I want to know about this business behind the
yeah,
scenes.
absolutely. Yes. So I'm healing people with cannabis and CBD. My girlfriend, I hadn't
That's
heard from
beautiful.
her in years, and she called me with lupus. She could barely talk to me 5 minutes, and she started using my products, and I can't get her off the phone. She go to the doctor. They were like, whatever you're doing, you keep doing and stuff. So my goal is to heal people, heal the world with cannabis and CBD, and re-educate people, especially older people, about the
Mm.
dangers of prescription drugs that'll never heal you. Prescription drugs will never heal you. Don't let them say that cannabis and CBD is bad for you. It's not. It's natural. It's a healer. The prescription drugs is what's never going to heal you. And so that's what
Wow.
I'm doing right now is educating people
Mm.
on those
I'm
benefits.
so intrigued right now. My
300.
mom has lupus. That's why I was listening to you. She has
Yes.
lupus, so
Yeah.
that's very that's to my heart right there. And plus, I'm old and I have pain, so that just start there.
Yeah. We all got
So
pain.
your comedy career is what I really want to know. Are you going to start that up, or even if it's online, which these days you can actually do that?
I never stopped.
Do you?
I never stopped doing comedy. I just wasn't out as much. But I'm back out there.
Okay.
I'm looking for gigs. I'm looking for things and stuff. So I'm telling with this internet movement, we never saw this coming. We never saw this
Mm.
social media, internet. We never saw this coming, or we would have been on top of it as well. And we don't have a problem with the internet comedians. We just needed to be named something else and need to be put in another category because
Ooh, I love when you say that.
it's not stand up because those skits and those dresses and all that stuff and them wigs and all that stuff y'all doing cannot translate on stage as stand up per se. So we're not
Mm.
saying do
That's
it.
what I've been hearing.
We're not saying don't do it because, we got multiple talents and stuff inside of us that we haven't even stirred up. What we're saying is that you
Yes.
can't think you're going to the comedy club and do those skits on stage, even though you have the following and the people come to see you. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
Phase on Love said that. That's that. I think that's the beef between Phase on Love and Country Wayne. That's kind of what the beef is. Like, you sell anything, you got Netflix special, but and a lot of people are saying that what you just said is not translating on stage, and some of the audience is not feeling it. Do you feel that's also a point? They're not feeling it once they
Well,
see him on stage.
the audience just wants to come and laugh. And the club owners is where the issue comes as well, because all they care about is putting asses in seats and making money. So they'll
Mhm.
have a flying monkey up there, a magician up there. They don't care as long as people come and they're making money and keeping their doors open. So it's
Mhm.
that just as much as their problem, or I ain't gonna say problem because it's not a problem to them, but it's
Right, right.
their fault as it is the internet comedians that are not studying comedy and not working on an act. Like DC Young Fly got the memo and somebody pulled him to the side, and so now he does a lot of skits and a lot of stand up now, and he's
He
brilliant
does.
and he has these amazing stories. I really think he should be on Broadway with his stories and stuff. His act is more of something like a Broadway, a one man show.
Mm. Yeah, like the Ruby Goldberg. Yeah. It is. It is. Hmm.
It's more of that and stuff. And the rest of them, I don't really look at them. So I hear they're trying to do stand up, but then they're recycling a lot of our bits and jokes, looking at old Comic View tapes
Not
and
an old comic.
old Comic View and recycling our material like we don't know it. I know a
Mm.
Randy Harris joke, may he rest well. I know a AJ Johnson joke. I know these people. I know a Paul Mooney. I know a
Mm.
Dick. we know them because we study this art of comedy. I'm 35 years in this game. So we know these bits and stuff that y'all are recycling, whatever. And then they get to the comedy club, they want the most, or the venues, they selling out. They getting the most money, but they can't follow none of us. They can't follow nobody. And then the promoters coming to us telling me, well, can you headline? No, you giving this person $20, $30, $40,000 to my $3,000 or $4,000. No, they need to learn. They need to learn.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna mount this stage up to let them know where your place is. Get in your place. So I tell a lot of comedians when it was happening, I said, don't just hold on. True stand-up comedy will prevail again. It's gonna come back around. Don't trip. Everybody trying to run, get skits and do shit or whatever.
I think it's getting back to that.
iPods and video cameras and spending all this money on something that you don't do. But then again, you got to change with the times. You have to change with the times. And we have to learn to change and go with the flow and change.
You do.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem.
I think Pierre said that too.
Bashing us. I just don't want them bashing us and taking our money. We don't love like the rest of us. Yeah.
Do you what tours do you have coming up now? Are you booking show? What you got coming up now, Mama? So they can find you.
My tour is called Damn They Funny AF, and it's myself, Screw Roy Rice, who's a new young comedian. He's got 2 comedy specials on Tubi and Peacock. Go check him out. One is called Screw the Rules, and the other one's called I'm Grown. Speedy, who is Jamie Foxx's best friend, he's our host. He's amazing. Howie Bell from Detroit is on our tour. And sometimes we put Henry Coleman on there. And it just depends on who's available. We'll switch them out. And we're just going all over the country. We started in Atlanta, the Uptown in December. We've been to the Bay Area. We've been to Memphis. And so we're just out and about on our tour doing our thing. I'm working on my talk show. I'm going to build it from scratch. I'm going to start a Kickstarter, GoFundMe, Indiegogo, and y'all gonna watch me build it from scratch, from going to the venue and building and going to the school of set design and getting a set built and all of these things. So you'll be a part of my journey for my own talk show.
Yes. Come on now. I love that because I heard Galby talking about that, saying he has to GoFundMe because he wants to get fund his own Netflix special. And I think Country Wayne did the same thing. I say you do what you got to do. I really want this to happen for you because not saying that people are not funny out there, because I'm not gonna say that, but it's something about, because I grew up with the classic just sit there, laugh so hard till I'm crying. You're one of those. I've laughed so hard watching you. You're just a funny person. The movement, all of, I'm not saying people don't have that today. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's something about that where me and my dude watching, late night laughing, and it could be I can laugh at the old stuff. You're funny when I've seen it 5 or 6 times. I've seen your stuff 5 or 6 times, and I still laugh at it like it was yesterday. That is talent, and I'm not saying they don't have it out there, but to me, like you said, they got to earn that, and I just wish they would give you guys that kudos, the Dougs, the Damons.
I will say this.
Some of y'all.
I will say this. People know who I am, and it's all love. Even the comedians, when I go out to the comedy clubs, they show me so much love. There's love, there's respect. Hey, OG, here's one of the GOATs. Here's a legend. Here's this, here's that. So the love is there because I've always been an advocate for comedians, but I've also been an advocate for female comedians. Mm-hmm. And so people know that, and they remember that. And so it's just now, it's my turn, and it's my time to shine. I'm focused and stuff. Like, I don't have any distractions. Before it was my baby, then it was my marriage, then it was it was men, whatever. So I tell them now, this has always been my first love. And even my ex-husband used to say, I wish you loved me as much as you love your comedy. And I was wow. I said, at the time, I said, this is a 25-year love affair with my comedy, which is my first love. Yes. And so, like I said on my Vlad interviews and things like that, with these men in relationships, I'm a butterfly. And what do people do with the butterfly? People love the butterfly, but they always want to catch the butterfly and put it in a jar for only to enjoy and look at.
Yes, come on, huh?
And that has been my experience with men, that I'm the butterfly and you always want to clip my wings. I'm a Cancer. You can't clip my wings and stuff. I'm a free spirit. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, I'm coming back, whatever. And so it has to be a person that is okay with me being who I am. And ladies, you have to pick somebody that just loves you the way you are. At my age, I'll be 58 in a few months. And I don't have time to change for every man that is insecure about who I am. I like to wear nails. If that ain't the type of woman you like, then I'm just not the girl for you. I like to wear wigs. I like to wear weaves. My mouth is bad sometimes. It's fly sometime or whatever. I'm a lot of things. And if you don't like those things, then I'm just not the girl for you, and move on.
Yep. Say it again for the people in the back.
Move on. And everything, because you are insecure. You ain't got nothing going on for yourself. Or you just
my God.
And that's fine. You could be regular, but be regular and then be for me. That's all. So with that being said,
that's easy.
With that being said, the doors of the church are open. And if anybody out there that's okay with me being me, and you can be you, and we can cohabitate, and you don't want to change who I am, because I'm certainly not trying to change who you are, holla at your girl. I'm single and free. Wait a minute. I'm single and free, Misha, and ready to mingle. I done lost 130 pounds.
Wait a minute. The doors are. Wait a minute. They said the doors of the church is open now. Look, so we gonna.
I don't need no money like that for that, but I need a man. I need a man with some money that can help me fund these dreams.
She said, "Come on down, Jesus."
Let me lay hands on you. Let me lay hands on you, brother.
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Yes. I need to see her on somebody's stage. I need her to come down, do something so I can go to the show. But even if you don't, your YouTube channel, and I'll make sure that I get that shared on my community wall and so they can link it to it. That's where your money can be made.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm saying this from you need to put very constantly.
This Sunday, I'm meeting with somebody this Sunday, and I need a social media manager. I can't do all of this by myself. I can't do all this perform. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. Trust me. I wish I did. I run 4 channels, plus all my social media and my podcast. And I do it by myself. And trust me, I'm up at 2 a.m. uploading podcasts, editing the YouTube. I mean, it is what it is. For me to get to over 8,000 subscribers, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you text me at 2:30. I said, does she know I'm 3 hours behind her? She know I'm asleep.
I work overnight. So I work overnight on top of everything else. I work 11 hours. And so people get mad every time. And I said, oh shit, I just text her. Because as a habit, I think everybody's up.
How you got a man and doing all of that? Do he be like, baby, now look.
He do a lot. He does. I hear it. And then this weekend I'm busy the whole weekend. He'll be like, I guess I'll see you next week. I do get the comments. It is what it is. But he knows I'm grinding because a second check do come in the house. So
I'm trying to stop fornicating. My pastor said, y'all need to quit fornicating and stuff or whatever. So I'm trying to stop fornicating. So I busy myself up with my businesses and get my stuff together. So when I get home, I'm so tired, I just get into bed. And I ain't got time to call nobody. I got time to be sucking on me and fucking on me or nothing like that or whatever. Because
Lord,
I'm tired. I gotta
link the time. You want to get it right there?
Yeah, I gotta call one of them up and be like, are you available this day? Like, look. I'm like,
scheduled.
Okay. I got scheduled
on a Wednesday night. look. I got 1 hour and 15 minutes. Look, that's it.
Right, that's it. What can we do? And stuff. So I got to get a young boy because I'm old man. You got to talk to me. You gotta talk to old men. That's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother story.
It's a lot of work. I realize it's like
I can't do it.
The young guys, you ain't got to do anything. Just walk around naked. They're like, okay. The older guys, I got to wrap it up. Let me stop. I give myself.
They think be hard at the frozen food section at Dollar Tree. Okay, you ain't got to do nothing with them young ones. Them old niggas, you got to
win the blue Jesus. Whoa, are you ready?
You got to talk to it, thump it, lick it. You got to have a conversation. blow on it, pray on it, and stuff.
And
Give it some
in the middle
makeup.
of it, you still gotta do something. Like that was still gotta get to go.
You know, they got gout, but they want a girlfriend. Knock it off with your old ass.
Oh, Jesus, help. Oh, my God. He gonna kill me.
I'm busy on my thing with, I got 5. Warren Buffett says you need 7 streams of income to be a millionaire. So I'm working on my 7 streams. I got 5. I don't know what else I can do, Warren. Somebody do something and stuff. Look, but I do the things that I love to do. Yeah. I got to get it done. I would ask you, but you got too many
damn. They YouTube.
Yeah.
I got my 4. Look, me myself, I got 4 channels. I got a grilling channel, a cooking channel, my comedian and celebrity channel, then my biggest one, which is the reality TV. Reality TV is the biggest thing now. So that channel is my biggest one. But I'm loving this channel, what I'm doing now, because interviewing you guys it's so insightful. And I'm talking to the OGs because you guys have so much to add to the new. I'm like, y'all can't forget. If it hadn't been him, y'all wouldn't be doing what y'all doing.
Doug Williams, he texted me and he said, yeah, this girl come here. I said, yeah, she contacted me or whatever. She's dope. And he said, I just did an interview with her and we talked for a little while. And he has some challenges in this business as well. And people screwing him over and doing him wrong, and some of his best friends and stuff. So I don't know if he gave that insight, but he's got a lot to talk about as well. And Damon was like my brother.
He's too sweet. He
is a great dude.
He's very respectful like yourself. He's very respectful like yourself. He said some stuff about Shaq and he about to roast up, stuff like that. But he didn't want to talk too negative about. But he did give opinions about the Corey Holcomb situation, and all that kind of stuff, and how Mike. But let me mention real quick. Mike Epps said, and I asked him the same question. He said that Corey Holcomb will not be able to go on the doors that he goes in. He's on Netflix, he's producing, he got these things because Corey Holcomb just tell it like it is. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, Corey's a cancer like me. Doug Williams is a cancer and stuff or whatever. And that's part of my problem. They were like, oh, get out your own way or whatever and be quiet sometimes. You got to know when to talk and when not to talk. I said, but, and so it has cost me a lot standing up for my rights, standing up for my right to be respected, standing up for my right to be paid, standing up for my right to that you ain't going to talk to me any kind of way, and it has cost me a lot in this business and stuff because I'm not disrespecting you. Now, if I disrespect you, then you have the right to say what you need to say. But if I'm not, then you don't have the right to talk to me any way you want to because you a producer, you got this going on. And Corey's the same way. And so we all cut from that same cloth of, I'm going to build it myself then. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, y'all won't let me in, won't let me on. I'm going to do my Issa Rae. I'm going to do my Tyler Perry. And I'm going to build it myself.
Yes.
The reason I'm having a lot of these conversations or I'm being respectful is because I'm going to say it on my own platform. And I don't care because I'm not scared of none of them, whatever. And they know I know. They know I know. So, some of those things that Corey is not going to be able to do, but also the doors that Mike is going into, Corey don't fit in those doors and stuff. Mike has a certain way he's going to do stuff. He is, I'm not saying Corey isn't talented, but Mike is a good actor. He's got a lot to talk about. He's got characters in him. He looked like Richard Pryor and stuff. So, they're different. Okay. So of course, Corey's not going to get what Mike gets because they're different. And then Mike is connected differently than Corey is connected. And that's a lot, so there could be some bitterness. And God, I was bitter for a while, and God told me to stop being bitter and get better. And when you get better, they can't deny you. And so that's what I walk into these doors now, and I walk into clubs, I walk into these doors, and it's nothing but love and respect from most of the comedians. It's a few people. I was assaulted by a female comedian last year, and being very disrespectful. And she hit me and we just got into a fight. And, because she's angry about her career and where it is, because she thinks she should be where we are, OGs, and we just allow her to hang with us. Yeah. And it's like, you haven't put in the work. You haven't put in the work Lunel has put in. You haven't put in the work that I have put in. You ain't put in the work some more has put in, or even with Monique. And people, Monique is my girl. And she gave me a shout out because 25 years ago when we were being mistreated by Comic View, I was vocal. I was with that bandwagon And on that was Cheryl Underwood, that petition to get us paid. And Monique was like, oh, why are you doing this? This is our only Black network that's giving us the opportunity. I said, because if you allow us to treat, if we allow them to treat us like that, then it's never going to end. Everybody's going to treat us like that. And now 30 years later, she's like, Hope was right 25 years ago. Hope was right 30 years ago when she said that. I didn't see it then. So now she's fighting a fight that I already had been fighting.
Wow.
And we're still fighting the same fight. But we opened this 25, 30 years ago. So it's not new what she's saying. It's just new players that came up, but they're doing the same old shit. You know,
And
whatever. So,
have y'all talked? Have you and Monique talked since all that was?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And God, this is what I'm coming to. God gave me an epiphany about it, that Monique has lost a lot to be in this business. Her son, her relationships, her marriages. She's lost her family. She's lost a lot to be in this business. It has cost her a lot to be in this business. And more importantly, the things that she has said about the big players, why would she lie about these people? Why would she lie? That's career suicide. Right. That's career suicide. Why would she lie about these people? You know, I just think the way she's going about it may not be right. But like I told her, me and Lunell, the only people who ever called her, and she'll tell you that. And she said, Hope and Lunell, the only people that called me and said, we fucks with you. We stand with you, you know, whatever. But I can't do it publicly because I'm trying to get back home. I just look like a hater and stuff or whatever. I look bitter, a hater and stuff. But we stand with you. The DL situation, I didn't agree with because DL is my favorite comedian. He's my mentor. I just felt like those people came for a show. Those people came to be entertained. In Detroit, they dress up. They get fly.
Yes, they do.
They dress up. You got 2 tickets. You got to get parking. You want to get something to eat. You get your hair done. And you get at the barbershop. You get an outfit. You know, all of that. This is a $500 night. Nobody came to hear about what they didn't know nothing about. If you had a beef, you should have got up there, did your job, killed it, so DL wouldn't have been able to follow, which is impossible. And then, like, I got a beef with this, meet me in the lobby. But it was really the promoter's job to say who the headliner was. But it was clear who the headliner was. But if there was a beef, then the promoter, she should have went to the promoter and said, who's headlining? It would have been squashed. But so we realized it was something else. It was something more personal, and she talked about all of that or whatever. So I didn't agree with that, but everything else that she has fought for and has been fighting for and what she has been exposing, I absolutely stand with her and behind her with those things. And we got to start standing behind each other. Like when Vivica didn't stand behind Taraji, talking about she over here getting checks and this and that. You getting checks with Clear Shield? That ain't a check. Ice-T's new sitcom. When I saw it, I was like, you over here doing that? You know, and you don't have the range Taraji has. But why do we as Black people stand behind each other? You know, we have to stand behind each other. Otherwise, we're never going to get what we want or deserve if nobody stands with us.
I'm sorry, because I just saw that commercial with Clear Shit.
I was like, oh, they got a new sitcom. Yay.
Oh my God, I can't. But it's true. What you said was so true. The thing about the Monique situation, I love, because you know, as far as women, we don't hold each other accountable. I love how you said at the same time, yes, supporting her, all these things, but I'm also holding her accountable because I didn't agree with this. I love that you did that, because you could easily just say, yeah, I agree, but you're like, nah, I didn't agree with some of those things. And I understand what you're saying, not doing it publicly, because people do say that. Now, these days, when they say you a hater, probably not. People want to hear from you, which is why I wanted to interview you, because I feel like it's not being a hater. If that's the case, then everybody's a hater in 2024. It's all everybody doing is talking crap. So you need to be out there talking crap right there with them and getting a coin.
I will. I gotta get a new church home, because this level of where I'm going in this thing, I need some divine intervention. I need some protection, you know, whatever. Because this game, God has sent so many people in the industry to be a light and pluck them out, and He has lost them in there. And so I'm not gonna get lost, because not only do I know who I am, I know whose I am. And so with that being said, it's just gonna take a lot of daggers and stuff. So I'm asking your viewers to just pray for me and camp angels around me and pray that I keep my mind, I keep my integrity, I keep my character, I keep my morals and my values intact on this next level, and that God opens doors that no man can close, and that my name be in rooms and conversations that I don't even know and speak about, and that the favor of God is on me to get to this next level because I want it. I want my career. I've earned it.
You deserve it.
They're not better than me, you know. But if funny was the criteria, I know I can name 50 comedians right off the bat who should be famous, but that's not the criteria, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It is. And there's so many. But you're gonna have yours. And if in any assistance you need from me, because YouTube and social media literally is my world, unfortunately. Please. I trust me. I had a channel before that had over 3,000 subscribers and I deleted it and started over again. And now I have
Wow.
over 8,000. So I know how to do it. I know what ticks. I know what da da da. You can hit me up anytime. I got you. Come what you think, but da da da. I got you. This is like I
I know
love
you
doing it.
So you work overnight, so it's good to call, to text you or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can hit me up at 2 in the morning. I'm going to be away because I have to run the whole team. So yeah, I got
Mm.
I got to get that coin. In any means, I'm a grinder. So trust me, I'll be up creating my stuff for my interviews. Like this whole thing with Beyonce.
I bet you you're a Capricorn. You a Capricorn?
I'm a Cancer.
You are.
One,
That's why I didn't think so because when I kept saying a Cancer, you never say yeah or
now
whatever.
I'm going to the end. I'll branch out the fifth.
We're Cancer, but I think we're Jamaican too. We just like, but we love the work. We love.
I've been called that. I've been called that. They say when I before I became a blogger, I always had 3 jobs or 2 jobs. I like to have money and take care of myself because that's my mom. So I always like to work. And so but I like to talk and I want to be a producer one day. So literally I just started doing all this YouTube stuff and I had panels, mentees that I help get to their own channel. Like it's the whole thing for me. I want this to be my main gig.
Yes. Okay.
You know, right now I can't it's rough for people have left their job for this. I can't do it because I like money. So it's like I do both until God says it's your time. Just like
it's your time, and it will happen and stuff. So
I mean, it is what it is.
Keep grinding and stuff, but that's what we are. Cancers have 5, 6, 7, 8 jobs, and we can do it all. People are like, how you gonna get all that done? Watch me. I'm gonna get it done. I did a comedy convention.
But we're very moody and very loyal.
Yeah, and we're very loyal to a fault and stuff or whatever. But I had a comedy convention I did for 10 years, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And last year was my last year. People's like, hope you need to do it again. I was like, I need a bag and I need a team and everything. And I could take it all out of my head and give it to somebody. And every time I tried to give it to somebody, God would say, but I gave it to you. This it's like a baby. He said, this your baby. I gave it to you, and you keep trying to get a baby away. And it's not for you to give the baby away because I gave it to you to do. Okay. And so a lot of times we, can't nobody do it like you.
And this is true as well. It is. I mean, a team is something you probably need because of what you're trying to do. A small team, at least somebody can help with social media, like you're saying, and other stuff, so you can have hands off. You don't have to be hands on with everything except for the money part. But but the money part, you're gonna be hands on that. That's just it. Absolutely. But I know you're gonna get there. Your channel's gonna grow with YouTube. That'd be a great place for you to be on there. Like I said, Corey Holcomb has a whole career, and you did radio. I can see you doing what Corey does, but female version. I would love it for you to have a couple people on your podcast.
Yeah,
and y'all
do
it.
A whole studio. Linnell has a studio, and she said, "Hope you can use it anytime you want to."
Wow, Linnell, I'm gonna need you to do that and have. Ooh, Lord, if y'all were on one podcast together every night, it would be. I no shade to Corey, but baby, y'all would blow them out the water. I'm sorry, y'all would.
Yeah, she's so busy, and she lives in Vegas now. She comes back and forth to LA, but she lives in Vegas. It's hard for me to catch up with Boo and my bestie and stuff. But we ride or die. She's like, oh, wherever I'm going, I'm taking you with me. Don't worry about it. Don't trip. I got you. I got you. Because I had to sit her down. We've been friends 30 plus years. And I went into our house and I said, look, I know you got all these people around you now and you got a lot going on, but sometimes you need that friend, that good girlfriend that you had when you're in the struggle.
Good Judy.
Yeah, that good Judy that you had in the struggle. And I said, I don't want nothing from you or anything like that because I genuinely love you and adore you. And I'm so happy for you because it inspires me to keep moving. to know that I'm going to get there, that I can get there and stuff. Because I said,
Yes.
Brian, your work, I said, but I will be that person for you. When I could go, I'll come and go with you and be that person. And she really appreciated that. And so I went to New York with her when she did the Tamron Hall show, and she did the on Chicago Broadway. She had a small little role on the Broadway play Chicago. I went to New York. We hung out. We had a good time. And everybody was like, wow, she was so calm.
Wow.
It was different. I said, because I'm that friend. I'm not asking for anything. I'm self-sufficient. I can get around. She don't have to worry about me. She or anything like that. And then we get together. We laugh. We clown. We talk. Her daughter is my niece. She loves me. Her whole family loves me and stuff. And so, and sometimes you need that one friend. You just need it.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
need that one friend among all the handlers. You need that one or two people that's just been around.
I love that.
And that's who we are. And but I'm so proud of her. So I want to shout out my girl Lunell for all her
Oh, I
work.
love that. That's a beautiful. Oh, I love that. This clip is gonna be shared everywhere.
Our other queens should shout out other queens. Kim Whitley, her thing done. Kim Whitley put me in my first movie, Baby Boy. I shout out Kim. She getting it. And
That's right. That's right.
Working back towards those things. I can't remember everything, Kamisha, no more. I'm older, and then I had COVID 2-3 years ago. I was in the hospital 3 months, almost died.
Oh no! Oh my God!
And part of the side effects is that your memory. So my memory is I couldn't remember my act for years, and so Saturday I had to do a set, and I had to do 45 minutes, and I remembered everything. I could have done an hour or more, but I only was required to do 45 minutes, and I did it to stretch out to see if I could remember. So now I'm back.
Right.
I'm back, and I'm just on stages, and I'm looking for work. I'm looking for work for our tour, Damn They Funny as F. And y'all can hit me up on hopeflood.com, hope.flood on Instagram. And go buy a hat, go buy some lip glitter, go buy some cannabis, heal yourself with cannabis and CBD, and quit letting people tell you that it's not a healer, because it is. I think I'm done.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. First of all, my work here is done. First of all, mine is done. I got the chance to have the queen of comedy on my platform. I know that you say you get love. I think you deserve more love than what you get, to be honest. Like all that you said that Linnell has, and I love Linnell. I think Hope Flood should have that awesome. And that's just me saying that because I've been a fan.
It ain't over.
Oh no, I know it's coming. This conversation is manifestation. I believe in it. It's been said. It's in the air. It's going to happen. So I'm not worried about it happening. I'm just it's going to be a win situation. So I'm super excited.
In the next 2 years, you will see it. I'm not giving.
I believe it.
I'm gonna do this to them. Like Lunell said, our goal is to die on stage in mid joke.
Oh, snap.
That's our goal.
I think Robert Williams said that mess. He did. He said, see, I'm a big fan of comedy. I know old school to the very first woman on stage that was talking and knew her background and everything. The woman was lesbian. I didn't know any of that. I found it out like 2 years ago. I was like, what? But Miles Mabley, I didn't know that she
was outside. She was a stud. Before they called them bulldaggers back then.
Yeah, they did.
You would never know who she was outside of it, because she didn't even look like that, because she wasn't even an old lady. She wasn't even an old lady.
I saw her picture. I was like,
and she pulled some of the best women in the business. She pulled some of the best beautiful women in the business and stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
Man, we gotta dig down and talk about that. One day we gotta talk about that old school, like the Miles Mabley, and going back as far. You said Paul Mooney. Like I say, I know about the greats and even to the now. When I say I do this and research it, I've been a fan even before I became a blogger, so I know about Red Fox and listening to the old album. Maybe I can take it there, but I want the people to understand the history, because love the new stuff, but I don't want kids to think this is the new comedy, like they didn't know about the old stuff. That's why I'm talking.
Well, once they get there, let me tell you, the audience is mature enough that once they get there and they see them and then they see us, they were like, oh, I get it now. This is the real comedy. This is the real OGs. This is how it's supposed to be done. So trust me, people are being exposed. Don't worry about it. That's why they're going back and getting jokes and doing their homework and getting and learning how to do stand-up if they're going to stay in this lane. Because once the OGs and all of us get on stage and they see how it's done right and correctly, they like, oh, okay, well, that person's been a fraud or they duped me or whatever. I didn't get the full,
Ah,
so yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. What do you think? I keep saying one more question, I swear, but you just good. I'm enjoying my interview with you. But the Queens of Comedy, why weren't you a part of that? Was there a reason, or was there a reason why you were a part? I was going to ask you that.
With you, Kamisha, I pitched the idea to Walter Latham. I was at the Kings of Comedy at the Universal Amphitheater, Cheryl Underwood and I, years ago. And because Steve Harvey's first manager was my friend, we grew up together in my hometown, Benton Harbor, Michigan. So he gave me tickets. And so I went up to Walter Latham, who was the producer of it, creator of it. And I said, why don't you do a Queens of Comedy? And I pitched me, Lunel, Melanie Camacho, and Cheryl Underwood at the time. I pitched us four. He said it would
good. Yeah.
It would never work. He said, don't nobody want to see a bunch of bitches on stage talking shit all night. That's what he said. This was early though. This was early. And then next thing I know, Queens of Comedy.
That's trash.
Next thing I know, Queens of Comedy.
Has he ever admitted that?
Of course not. He would never admit that, even having that conversation with me. But Cheryl would. I don't know if she would, but she was standing right there.
Right.
And we pitched it. And not only did he not include me or her, he went on and got some other girls who weren't as popular as we were at the time. And Monique got on it because she had a sitcom, which was The Parkers, coming out. And so that's how she got involved in it. And the rest, I don't know. But yeah. But the Queens didn't do what the Kings did because he didn't put as much funding and money and stuff behind it as he should have and could have to make it successful as the Kings. All of those guys are millionaires, not the Queens. Not the Queens from that. Let me just say.
Right. Right. I know one of the girls on there was from one of the girls on there was from, she played Martin's mom. I'm not Martin, Cole's mom.
Yeah,
on the show. That's how I knew who she was. Yeah, but Laura. That's how I knew who she was. But that is dirty though to me.
He never paid Laura her money. He still owes Laura a lot of money. She quit comedy after that. She don't even want to pick up a mic anymore because of that situation. Treated her like shit.
I wonder what happened to her.
Treated her like shit.
She's hilarious, talented, an actress. She should be. I wonder what happened to her.
She just got out the business because of this. She won't even pick up a microphone. Every time she wants to come back and do comedy, she just gets anxiety all over again from that experience of how he treated her.
That.
Wait till I tell these stories. Wait till I tell. I'm working on the podcast fall, September, the Hope Flood show. It's called Hope's House. It's coming.
Oh, I'm gonna be coming on that podcast. I can't wait for this, baby. I cannot wait. You finna Corey Hogan, no shade, but once she come on, baby, it's a wrap. Cause look, you think he raw? She more raw than Corey is. I'm sorry. I've seen.
And I got way more. I got way more stories. I got stories like Cat Williams stories.
Oh, man,
I got information and insider shit like Cat Williams. That's why people was calling me like, "Oh, that's your story. That's your story." I was like, "I know. It's coming."
Yeah, I'm surprised you ain't saying about this whole P. Diddy situation because you know everybody got a story about P.
I never encountered him, so I don't have a story because I didn't never.
It's probably a good thing because you probably would have dragged him. All this mess coming on right now. It's a mess. But oh my God,
this is the year God is exposing everybody.
It is
the year of God is exposing people because we have put these people on pedestals and made them gods. And God said, "Yeah, well, you know God before me." And so God is exposing these people for who they really are, for Him to show you that. See, you're following these people and trying to be like these people, and they're not me. And you put them on pedestals, and you have and made them gods, and they are not. A lot of these people are monsters.
I think they're modern or not. They're very much so a monster, just like the church. Unfortunately, I'm just saying. Man, hope you didn't get. Man, hope I'm swear. Hope you everything, mama, and I want you to get everything, and you deserve it. I already know that her podcast gonna be everything because as soon as she gets on YouTube and starts recording and getting on, you said September. it's a wrap for anybody on podcast doing comedy talking about. I love DCs. I watch this too.
No,
I
it's
can't
not
wait to see
talk
it.
show. It's not a podcast. It's an
Oh,
actual
talk show.
show.
I'm sorry. Oh, gonna
It's
be an
a,
actual talk show with the. Okay, I got you. Either way, still gonna be good. Still gonna be
it
funny.
is. Either way.
But you're gonna have guests on there and everything. Probably comments on there. Oh, y'all can. Oh, it's gonna be on.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna clown. We got a whole section of just clowning people.
Okay.
And stuff.
Make
But
sure you.
we're-
Make sure you tell me all the information so I can share it with everybody because it's gonna be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, I will.
Guys, this is the Queen of Comedy. She obviously invented the Queen of Comedy and got the rights for it. It's unfortunate when queens such as this do not get the accolades that they deserve. And she is one of them. It's very frustrating, but I'm trying to understand that she is the queen, which is why I had this crown over here on the picture. They look up to her, whether they speak on her name or not, they should. And after I get through this interview, I'm gonna drop clips everywhere so that they do. Period. Okay. Thank you
And
for coming on to my
I
channel.
got on my queen crown shirt today.
She is, because she is that. She is that. She is that.
I step into my
Don't get it twisted, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
This is everything, Mama. I really appreciate you coming on. Why is it not stop? I was about to say what's going on with that. Yeah, thank you, Mama, for coming on. I appreciate it. I will give you details and everything about when I drop this live. It's gonna be a premiere, but guys, I'm gonna have all her links and everything in the chat. So when you click on the my YouTube or her stuff on it, you have her YouTube video, her website. So y'all can go follow her and check out all her new content and get ready for what she has with the guys, but the blesser was about to happen, which is everything. Okay, it is her time. It's been her time, really. With that being said, y'all know me what it is. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is.